Right, welcome back everyone. A little bit of a different outlay today on what we normally do. I'm in front of the camera. I'm trying to build this rapport up with you guys, so you hit that subscribe button. And also it puts a face to the voice that you normally hear. Right, there's a little bit of an outlay to what we're going to be doing today. Today is a new car day, a new project day. So if I just put up a little list down this side here, that should give us a guideline on what we should be doing. And also I'll chapter this in the video anyway, so that you can skip to them parts if you want to. So today we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, a little bit of talking. Secondly, we're going to bring in the new project because, as you see, we've got a nice space here now to do it. And thirdly, we're going to look round this project to see what it's all about, see what its problems are, and then we're going to close off the video at the end. I don't know how long this video is going to be, or depend on how many problems we find with this car. Right, so with that out the way with, I've managed to pick up a new project car. Again, we've got a space in the workshop at the minute. It's getting towards winter, and as you know, I like to do a little bit of a winter project. So I'll put in the on all the Facebook groups of anyone who's got a relatively cheap or free car that we can do a project on. I've had loads of interest of people give me free cars, cheap cars, anywhere between, you know, a couple of £100 up to £500 or £600. But this one in particular has caught my eye. So this is the one that we got. Now, the only reason that I can do this is because of you guys. Obviously, since November, we hit that 1,000 subscribers. And we have put the monetization on it. So that's why you see the adverts. I've monetized it to get a little bit of revenue back to the videos that obviously to do these sort of projects. So I thank everyone who watches the videos and watches the adverts. If you don't want to watch the adverts, the best thing I can say really is to go YouTube Premium. Because you don't get any adverts, and also you still support the channel as such. So yeah, between November and this month, which is September, what's that, 10 months or so, the revenue that's brought in isn't a lot. It's only about £180. But it still has managed to put something towards this car. So yeah, with this new project, I've put in the membership channel, which for £1.99 a month, you'll support this project, and all the proceedings from that membership is going to go into this project. Also, there is a super thanks. So if there's anything in the videos that helped you out, please give me a super thanks. Again, anything received through that is going to go through on this project. The only other thing you can do to support the project is obviously watch the videos, share the videos, like, comment and subscribe. Just on another note, if you've got anything for this car that you either want to sell or give away, I'd be muchly appreciated and interested. I am going to be doing a new intro for the project and also a sponsors board. So if you want to get involved with that, then obviously send me a message. All my details are going to be in the link in the description. So enough with the actual money side of things. Again, I really support everyone who watches my channel, because it isn't the easiest channel to watch. It can be a little bit dreary and drab at times, but I hope that it gives you some sort of beneficial information on how to do whatever job we're doing at the time. Right, so without further ado, I think we need to get this shutter up, get the car in, and we'll tell you all about it. Right, as you can see, it's a lovely MG TF 135 Sprint in this trophy blue colour. Now, the reason why this caught my eye is because of the Sprint. It's a special edition which tried to entice customers to buy it being a special edition. Yeah, there isn't really that much difference between this one and a standard one, but with what I've got in my head, it will all make sense, trust me. So I've got a little bit of paper here which will tell me the differences between the standard MG TF and the Sprint version. So basically they did these in two versions, the 135 and the 160. This is the 135, so non-VVC, 135 horsepower, 1.8K series engine. So they did these in 5 colours: Solar Red, X-Power Grey, Starlight Silver, Le Mans Green, and this one which is Trophy Blue. They all came with the Gunsmoke Alcantara black leather and the Gunsmoke interior. I'll overlay some beauty shots of that so you'll know what I'm talking about. The hood colour all depended on the colour of the car. So the Solar Red, X-Power Grey came with the grey hood. The Starlight Silver and the Trophy Blue came with the blue hood, and the Le Mans Green came with a green hood. The only extras really that it came from with the standard, it came with obviously the chrome door handles, or the chrome pack or something they called it. And they also came with fog lights and the Sports Pack 2. Now the 160 VVC version of the Sprint already has the Sports Pack 2, which is the uprated 304mm calipers, so the AP calipers with the bigger discs. They then obviously they had to put these 11 spoke wheels on to obviously clear the calipers, because these are the only wheels that cleared these calipers at the time. And also ABS, they come with ABS. So that's just Sport Pack 2. Front fog lamps, I think I've already said that. That's pretty much it really. So yeah, just to recap, the chrome pack, the smokestone interior with the Alcantara seats, the coloured coordinated roof, the big brakes and the wheels, and obviously the ABS. Everything else is completely standard. So yeah. In terms of rarity, I don't know how rare these are, but according to the stats here, 1,063 TFs were sold, special edition Sprints. 768 of them were MPI 135s, and 295 were VVCs. So that's just what I've got here in front of my eyes. There are a couple of people who are really into chassis numbers and all that sort of stuff and can give an exact number. So if any of you guys are watching, by all means, stick it in the comments, let us know what or how many of these are made and if they come with anything extra. But from what I've got here off the interweb, yeah, that's all it comes with basically. Right, so without further ado, let's have a look at the car. Let's see what's wrong with the car. As you heard when I brought it in, it's got an engine knock. Now I'm pretty sure that's going to be rod bearings in this, but we'll diagnose that in another video. But let's have a look and see what there is wrong with it, and let's tell you the plans in which I have to, yeah, tell you the plans on what we're going to be doing with this car. Right, let's get round to showing you what this is all about. Again, MG TF135 Sprint. It's a 2002, so quite an early one. I don't know how long they did the Sprint models for, if that's just like a year or 2 years, I don't know. I haven't got that information. But yeah, to look at it at the minute, it doesn't look too bad. It looks fairly shiny underneath the workshop lights, but it's actually quite dull and there's quite a little bit of damage on it, to be fair. First of all, you'll probably notice this dent here. Something's obviously hit it, and it will need a new wing because it's all creased. We can't get that dent out. Even a PDR specialist won't be able to get that out. And I think a PDR specialist will charge me a minimum of £60 just to come out and attempt it. And I'm hoping that we can get a wing in colour that's not rusty. I've had a look on eBay at the minute. There's a couple on eBay, but they are all quite rusty. Worst case scenario, we will just get another wing and we'll paint it ourselves. But being that this is 2002, so it's 22 years old, the paint is 22 years old, it's going to be difficult to match. Right, let's go around the front here first. See quite a lot of scratchings and stuff where people are cleaning bird poo off it and used a wire brush to clean the car. Again, hopefully we can polish most of that out. The badge is discoloured. Obviously you can't really see anything in that anymore. The front bumper is all cracked, just in there, and same on the other side. Again, being the Sprint model, it came with the fog lamps. This one has gone all cloudy and milky. This one, there's a few stone chips on it, but still quite clear, so hopefully we can save that one. Yeah, the headlights are all yellow and faded. Again, might be something that we can polish out. And the windscreen, it looks like it's had a wiper blade on it at some point that didn't really like the screen and scratched it all. And there's a couple of little stone chips in there anyway, so we might need to get a new screen. This side of the wing is fine by the looks of it at the top here. When we get up in the air, we'll have a look around all the wheel arches anyway and just check for rust. Yeah, so that is the front bit. All the wheels are all curved. Again, when we get it in the air and it's at a workable height, we will have a proper look at that. Let's have a look underneath the bonnet. You can see common TF and F problems where the front of the hood is creased. Right, so under here, we've got the ABS pump. That's all part of the standard Sprint stuff. It looks like it's had a second horn wiring, because I believe that only came with one horn. I could be wrong, but I mean, the brackets all look the same sort of age, so I'm not really too sure. But underneath here, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too rusty. I know all the screws look rusty, but trust me when I say that they can be a lot worse. The battery looks fairly new, although there isn't any markings on it. Normally you get a date stamp on them, on the post or on the side somewhere, but I can't see that. I mean, the paint underneath here looks okay. Being that it's a TF, they don't protect any of this stuff with lacquer, so you need to be really careful when cleaning underneath the bonnet and all in here with chemicals, because they will really dull the paint down and you'll get streaks in it. So yeah, just be careful if you ever wash underneath here. I don't know if you remember that silver one that I've done, the 160 that we did last year. I washed underneath here and I ended up staining all underneath here, and I had to polish it all back up, which wasn't a fun time. So this time we will make sure that we don't do that. The spare wheel, haven't got any tools or anything, but that is the wrong spare wheel. That should have an 11 spoke wheel in the front here to clear the caliper. So if you ever wanted to, if you ever get a puncture and you put that spare wheel on, it doesn't fit because it doesn't clear the caliper. So it should have an 11 spoke TF alloy wheel in there as a spare. So someone's obviously had that and just put this in. So yeah, right, let's close that bonnet down and let's have a look at some of the rest of the car. Right, so going down the side here, we've got a few scratches on the mirror. That'll either need to be replaced or painted. A bit of a scratch there. Alongside here, chrome door handles, standard sprint trim, but that one's all damaged. I don't know what's been on there, but something's been on there and damaged that. But down the side here doesn't look too bad. We've got the boot lid. You can see all the lacquer damage on the boot lid, and it's starting to come up on here as well. We might be able to save this bit and hopefully get a spare boot lid, or if not, we'll just have to repaint it. Looking around the back, a little bit of damage on the bumper there, but the back doesn't look too bad. Faded badge again, typical. But yeah, the rear bumper doesn't look too bad. Rear quarters don't look too bad. Is that stone chip? That's a little stone chip there. It's gone rusty, so we'll need to touch that in. Missing aerial. Filler cap is a bit damaged. And again, this side looks to be okay-ish. Now, the roof. It's very, very green. Don't know if it come across the camera, but there's all sorts of lichens and stuff starting to grow into it, and it's more brown than it is blue. Will we be able to save this roof? I don't know yet. We'll have to clean it to try and find out. But in general, it's in fairly good condition. It hasn't gone too hard. The screen is obviously damaged, so we will have to get a new screen. There is a company on eBay where you send them this whole panel here and they will replace just the plastic screen. Or if we can get a glass screen that's blue, then we'll try and do that. But we need to try and match up the colours, if you know what I mean, because if we clean this and we get a brand new glass screen, that's not going to match. So I might just replace this plastic glass with another plastic glass, and then when we clean the roof up, hopefully that will all look relatively the same. And I did notice there is a little bit of damage here, a little bit of a hole here that we might be able to repair with a patch on the back side here. So yeah, just try and get rid of all that fraying, put a patch on, and that might save the roof. Normally when you drive these, you don't have the roof up anyway, so as long as it's watertight, I think we will be good. Right, let's get the roof down and then we'll have a look through the interior. Right, so the interior isn't too bad, to be fair. I know that's a bit of an eyesore. We can repair that, that's not an issue at all. But the actual Alcantara seats and all that sort of stuff, they look to be in fairly good condition. Probably do with a denibber to denib and to get all the bobbles out. But yeah, standard 135 Sprint interior, smoke stone, which is this grey colour. Come with the Alcantara door pockets and the plastic techno grey, I think they're called, trims, techno grey centre console and the speedo surround. We might change them to something else. I don't like these plastic ones. I prefer the alley ones, which came in the Mark II Fs. So if you can get a nice set of alloy ones, they're definitely a lot better. Again, the carpet, the Mark II F carpets are a lot better. So we might do something with that, or we might just clean this one up. We don't know yet. It's not bad condition, to be fair, but I just like the feel of the Mark II F one better. Obviously we need to do a repair on here. So hopefully we can get a passenger seat and we can recover this seat with the material from a passenger seat, which is fairly straightforward. You can see over there that the carpet is starting to come away from the actual door aperture itself, so that will need addressing. There's a few dead bugs. We have one passenger mat, which was black with the smokestone trim, and we don't have a driver's one, which is a bit of a shame because I don't think you can get them smokestone mats anymore. The door speaker looked like someone's tried to glue this in, but that's coming away, so we need to do something with that. There's a few little odd trims and clips missing. The binnacle, typical broken binnacle, wear on the steering wheel, no radio, but we can source a radio for that. Again, I don't know what sort of radio we're going to put in it. It all depends on the direction that we're going to go with this car. Lock and wheel nut tool. Chrome ashtray. Again, I think that's all part of the chrome pack. So yeah, I think that comes as standard, that ashtray. Can't be 100% sure on that though. But yeah, apart from that, the interior is what it is really. It's not the cleanest one I've seen, and it's not the dirtiest one we've seen. We've obviously got a little bit of mould going on here that we need to clean off, but there we go. 81,000 miles this engine's done, and as I say, it doesn't sound too healthy, but we'll get to that in a minute. What else have we got? Vents all broken. Yeah, so it's just a case of tidying it up really. I don't think I'm going to go too mad with this interior. Like I did on the silver one, again, just tidy it up, and we'll spend our time and money on other things, I think. But that is the interior. Right, let's get this thing up in the air. We'll get it at eye height. We'll go around all the wheels and the sills, and we'll see what we can find there. Right, we'll start off with this wheel first. So as I say, we've got a 11 spoke wheel with the AP 4-pot calipers behind it. And the wheel is very curved and damaged, and we've got some kind of budget tyre Cooper Xeon, I think it is by the looks of it. Calipers have had some kind of paint on it at some point, and the discs look like they've been painted at some point as well. So I think someone's had this off and just tidied it up a little bit, if you know what I mean. But we will be doing a full brake restoration on this, regardless of whatever way we go. Got a missing wheel nut there as well. Probably lock and wheel nut. So we'll bin off all the lock and wheel nuts because I don't like lock and wheel nuts. Someone's going to take your wheel, then take my wheel. You know, these are plentiful at the end of the day. So, and yeah, I just don't like lock and wheel nuts. Rust wise, you can see we've got a little bit of rust here. It is just surface rust. That's all relatively solid there by the looks of it. So yeah, hopefully we can sort that out with quite ease. Got a little bit of rust on this wing here, but again, we should hopefully be able to get a wing and repair that bit of damage there. Also, a little bit of a rust bubble here. That's a bit of an unusual place for them to go. Can't say I've seen many of them go there, so it must have had a stone chip in its life. And we've got a little bit of a damage here. It's just a little bit pushed in, so something's obviously hit it and bent it. Looking underneath the sill, all looks relatively straight, unwelded, so by what I can see. And then again, another problem area is this bit here, but you can see someone has tried to treat this at some point. So yeah, we need to hopefully be able to do that. Hopefully we can clean that up. A little bit of filler, a little bit of anti-rust prevention, shall we say. And then we might have to blow in down in here, but trying to blow in this colour is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Being that it's metallic, you'll always see a bit of a line with metallic. So we will see. Again, that's later on down the line. That is relatively straightforward, but again, we will leave that at a later date. Let's just get this thing up and running. Rear wheel, we have a nice little Toyo Proxy. It's the older style Toyo Proxy. So with the nice tread pattern, not like these new Toyo Proxies with their new tread pattern. I don't like it. Brakes all look relatively good in there. Nothing really to report. Again, someone's obviously been in there before and painted the discs. So nice and simple. Go around the back here. Standard 135 exhaust. Still got the valve on it by the looks of it through there. So yeah, rear bumper not in bad conditions. A couple of little marks on it, but nothing to write home about. See a little bit of a mark here, a little bit of a scuff. Hopefully that will just buff out. Again, another Toyo tyre on the rear, the older Proxy. Same sort of oil spill really. The wheel's been curbed. Brakes are pretty much the same as the other side. There's a little bit more pitting on this disc. So yeah, that's that. Rust on this side is not bad as the other side. Hopefully we'll be able to clean it out quite well actually, and won't need too much of a treatment. A little bit of a scratch there. Down the sill here, as you can see, not really anything to write home about. Just need a good clean. And then on this side here, again, just a little bit of surface rust, which hopefully we can clean and treat and paint up. There's a lot of dirt and stuff in this wheel arch, so I don't think this car was ever really looked after that well, shall we say. Again, curbing on the alloys. I've got racing tyre on this one, Racing Pro tyre. So yeah, I've got a scrapper outside that's got two brand new Toyo Proxies on it for the front, same size as this. So we'll put them on. They're the newer style Toyo proxies, but hopefully we can then have a full set of Toyo proxies with the better ones on the rear. So yeah, got a little bit of a scrape here on the front. I see that fog light in too bad a condition. This one's gone all milky and cloudy, but we have got cracked bumper in here anyway, so we will have to get another bumper. And is it a case of, do we get a older TF bumper or do we go for the LE500 facelifted bumper? Who knows? We'll see what we can get hold of at the time, but either way it's probably going to need painted anyway. Just going down the side here, I've just noticed we've got a few parking dings in the door. That should be nice and easy to get out for a PDR specialist. And this chrome handle isn't bad at all, so hopefully we only need to do one handle. Right, so that's pretty much the side. So what we'll do is we'll get it further up in the air and we'll have a look underneath. Right, up in the air now, let's have a look underneath. Typical TF and F rust really on all the subframes. Don't look to be too corroded, just surface rust. The mounts look a little bit worse for wear, but I believe they should pass an MOT. Just let you have a look around. Again, whatever we do, we're going to do a soft restoration on this anyway, so all these subframes will come down and it'll be powder coated and stuff like that. Alloy radiator, I think that's, yeah, I've seen better days. That alloy radiator at the bottom starting to split apart. Probably see it a little bit better this way actually. Yeah, so I think we'll need to put a new radiator in that before that go pop. So yeah, you can definitely see these brakes have been off because you see the shiny bits on the bolts. Nothing really special about the suspension, just standard by the looks of it. Don't look like it's a soft ride kit. Look like it's been painted at some point. Wheels been off and some paint's been slapped on it because it's only been half done. Same with the other side really. Right, going further down. Got a little rusty scabs there, nothing really to worry about. Probably just clean them up and treat them. We've got some nice stainless steel coolant lines. I'm not sure what ones they are because these brackets don't look like the ones that I normally get, so I think these might just be some cheap ones from somewhere. But as I say, the brackets are rubbing on the body and that's not really what they look like from, or the ones that I get aren't what they normally look like. So some grass, get rid of that. Pretty major oil leak. Original downpipe by the looks of it with a ovaled flexi. This subframe don't look too much better. The front subframe mounts again look like they could be changed. A little bit of surface rust on that floor, easily cleanable. Another front subframe mount there. Yeah, just all surface rust really, nothing really major. Got a aftermarket cat on it. And we've got a standard 135 exhaust. But it do look like it's been painted because it isn't normally black, I don't think. I've never seen a black one. That's the door. You can see this has been off before, so obviously someone's had it off to do the cat and obviously paint it, but I've still got all the valved system in it. Again, I'm just waving the camera around so it gives you some sort of perspective of what we're dealing with, really. Gives you a chance to have a good look around it. Have these brake points been replaced? I don't think the brake points have been replaced. Look like they need to be replaced though. Can't really see it through there. But yeah. You can see here we've got pretty much of a really bad oil leak here, which might indicate why it's knocking. When I first got this car, I did dip the oil, there was oil in it, and it did look pretty fresh. Oil filter looks quite old, so my analysis would probably be that it's been ran low on oil. It's then started knocking, and I've tried to put some oil in it to see if I secured it, but we have got quite a significant oil leak from in and around there. Not really too sure where it's coming from, so I'm going to say cam seals. So yeah, right, let's get it down on the ground, and then we can have a look in the boot, in the engine bay, and listen to this engine noise. Right, so we've got the grill off. This boot carpet isn't too great. It's all a bit flippity floppity, shall we say, but as I say, I have got a scrap right there, so we can probably use that boot carpet. In here we'll just check the oil again. I've already checked this, but you can see still quite low, but it doesn't look like old oil. I thought that was a lot higher than that last time I checked it, so maybe it's all leaked out. All in under here looks absolutely fine. Coolant, we'll just check the coolant. I don't think there's anything wrong with the coolant. We will change this cap out because I don't like these caps. All coolant looks nice and clean in there, although there is a bit of scum, so I'm going to assume it's had a head gasket at some point. I have got a little bit of history with this car, not a lot, so we will go through that at some point, maybe not in this video, because there isn't much really, just a few receipts from other garages. But yeah, as you can see, that's all lovely jubbly. So we'll set you up and we will start the car and let you listen to this noise. Right, as you heard, it's not very nice. I did put my microphone just on this little ledge here, so hopefully that's come across, you could hear it properly. Yes, the engine's dead, basically. But in the next episode, we will be diagnosing and probably tearing down the engine to see if we can repair it. But we won't know that until we get it all apart anyway. So, right, I think that's it for looking around the car. So what I'll do is we'll set up the camera, we'll have another little talk on what we have planned. Right, what do you think of the new project then? When I was looking for a project, I've put in some of the Facebook groups, locally MG groups, to say that I was on the hunt for another project car for the winter for my channel. I was inundated with free cars, cheap cars, but this one just caught my eye, being that it's one of my favourite colours, this Performance Trophy Blue. As you know, I've got ST, which is a Performance Blue. I've had a ST Mondeo, which was Performance Blue. I've had two of them now. Got obviously the Streetwise. I had the Turbo ZS that we done a few years ago. So yeah, one of my favourite colours. And being a limited edition Sprint as well, which caught my eye. Not that it's any much different to a standard MG TF135, but you get the big brakes, you get the chrome pack, you get the fog lights, and you get the smokestone interior with the coloured roof and stuff like that. So not nothing too drastic. So yeah, coming on to why I thought this one would be a better one. A, because of the content. There's lots to do on this one. Again, no matter what we do, we're going to do a soft restoration on it, so all underneath is going to be restored. Engine bay, boot bay. We need to do something with the hood, whether we try and save this one or try and find another good replacement or put a new one on. Now, a new one, you can only get a Sportster hood. I'm not sure if you can get the blue ones anymore. So I think the only ones you can get is black now. But they go anywhere in between £7,000 and £1,000 just for a roof, and you've still got to fit it. So yeah, coming on to the Sprint part of things. Now, I've done a little bit of Sprint in the F, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm not going to turn this into another race car, but I'm going to turn it into the Sprint it should have been. So being a 135, do we keep it at 135? Do we just restore this as a standard Sprint car? Again, I'm not too sure on how early this car is. It is a 2002, so it is quite an early TF, but how early it is, I don't know. Do we put a 160 engine in it? Do we turn it into a 160 and then obviously restore it? Do we modify it? I don't know. Again, Sprint to me sounds like you need to go faster. Do we do some handling stuff? Do we put a Bilston kit on it? Do we do a VHS kit on it? Do we do all the polybushers? Again, that will all increase in the handling side of things. And the other thing that I really wanted to do was turbo one of these. So do we put in a standard 75/ZT turbo? And then obviously we can do a video on turboing one of these, because there isn't any videos that I can see that shows you the process and the headaches it takes to turbo one of these. And there is, not too sure how many there are now. There's got to be a good dozen turbo TFs now. But again, no real information on how to do it. So maybe we can go through that. And to be honest with you, a nice car with some suspension upgrades, a turbo kit, again, just a standard turbo with a mapped ECU is going to be 200 horsepower. I think that's plenty enough for one of these. So yeah, that was my plan. Do we turn it into the Sprint that it should have been? Who knows? Answers on a postcard, please. Stick it in the comments below. What do you want to see happen to this? Now, it's not going to be a cheap job. It's not going to be a quick job. So normally a winter project, I normally have it begin the winter, through the winter, and then through that summer, then sell it. So I normally only have it for about a year, 18 months. I'm planning to have this a little bit longer, again, because of what I want to do to it. Every time I do a TF or an F, I end up keeping it for a year or two, and then I end up selling that, and I always regret selling that. So I think this is going to be a project keeper, shall we say. Yeah, and try and turn it into the sprint that it always should be. So again, stick your comments down below of what you want to see happen to this. Do you want to see just a restoration? Do you want to see a restoration with some handling packs, or do you want to see a 160 conversion, or do you want to see a turbo conversion? Again, I'm going to leave it up to you to see what you want to do, and maybe I'll stick a poll in later on after this video has been out for a couple of weeks, and go from there really. Now, next video you'll see on this, we will diagnose the engine. It's going to be rod knock, but we'll go through the processes anyway. We'll do a compression test, we'll check the oil, and we'll see where that oil leak is coming from. We'll probably whip off the head and see if there's any damage to the piston, see if it's a valve to piston contact or not. We'll use an endoscope, and if it turns out to be rod knock, we'll take the sump off and we will delve in to see where everything went wrong. So again, thank you for watching. Ways you can help support this project and this channel: just watch the videos basically, like the videos, comment. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And then again, I've put in a membership for this channel, so we'll probably call it Sprint membership. Be $1.99 a month, say, and everything that will go from that membership will go into this car. I've put in super thanks as well, so if there's anything in the videos that you see is helpful and you want to see a little bit of appreciation, yeah, put a couple of quid in there, or as much you like, much as you can afford, shall we say. That'll be absolutely magic, you know, just to try and get a little bit of revenue back to support this build. Again, I'm not going to keep going on about it, but I've monetized the videos from November, and since then it's only been 9 months, and we've only had about £180, so it's not a lot really, but it has allowed me to buy this with a little bit extra, because this wasn't free. That did cost me some pounds, but I didn't have to put a lot to it, shall we say. We might go through costings later on when we start into the build, but I think what we need to do is we just need to have a look at this engine, try and diagnose this engine, maybe repair the engine. This has still got MOT until October, so hopefully we can repair the engine and get it running and driving, and then have a month of nice, or the rest of the summer, with this car in September and until the MOT runs out. When the MOT runs out, we can then go full steam ahead. So anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for supporting this video, and we will see you in the next one.